Today, we're gonna be listening to Madonna's album from the year 1998 called Ray of Light. This is an album I've been waiting to listen to for quite long, as I do have a physical copy of this album, and I've been meaning to listen to it, but I haven't got myself to do it. But now, I think I'm ready. And I know this is one of her greatest albums, and it's very well liked. It has hits like Frozen, which I know. Most of the songs I'm listening to for the first time. So I would call this a first listen of the whole album. So I'm fairly excited for this, even though I'm not that familiar with Madonna's albums. I know many of them by name, and I know the hits, you know, like a Virgin and you name it. She has many hits. But I think I've listened to her albums like twice before, namely her earlier discography. But now I'm happy to jump into the 90s era of Madonna. And what a perfect way to start than a recognized album of hers from the time. Let's get on with the reaction. Her first track from the album is Drowned World, Substitute for Love. So it might be a double track, but we shall see. I heard someone say, you see, I guess. Yeah, kicking with the drum and bass. Ooh. It's turning into like an acoustic performance. I had no idea who this man is speaking on the track. This is my religion. So here we heard the track number 1. I mean, this was like 90% Substitute for Love, and like 10% was the actual Drowned World part, which I think was instrumental in the beginning. It sounded like we were underwater with all the sound effects. This was very much different from earlier Madonna, I would say. Because I think her style in the 80s has been more like almost even overly girly and, yeah, feminine. Not to say that this isn't feminine. It's not so in your face. This was instrumentally, this was very like mellow and almost relaxing, I would say. We got like a little acoustic part there and nothing too striking from the instrumental side. I think she's speaking of like being famous and how sometimes fame replaces love and how it's hard to find someone who might love you when people are just coming after you for your wealth. But personally, I wouldn't want to be anyone's substitute for love. That's not very endearing, I would say. But I guess if she's been or if she has been disappointed by love so much during her life, maybe then even a substitute for love would suffice, as long as it feels like love and not fake. I don't know. I'm not that good with lyrics usually. I find myself listening to the background tracks or like the instruments more. I do like to have the lyrics on the screen and try to also pay some attention to them. But from my lyrics website, I'm seeing that the man who was on this track is called Jesse Pearson. And I have no idea who he is. I think his voice has been sampled into the track. And he was repeating the same word, so I don't know what the meaning behind that is. As an artist, I think Madonna has had some reason to put this man on the track, so there has to be a deeper meaning to that. But I like it. I think this album will pick up the pace from this track as it was really slow. But I think there's always a place for slower, mellow songs. And we'll see where the next track will take us, which is called Swim. So we're continuing with the oceanic theme here, because first we had drowning, now we have swimming. So we'll see if we once again have some oceanic sounds on this track. Or let's continue. Yeah, we have the waves kicking in the background. It's like a Florida beach or something. Once again with the guitars. Is this gonna be a guitar album? It might be. Not that that's a bad thing. Oh my god. Can I put this on YouTube? I like this part. This electric guitar is doing some work in the background. I hope this song or gets in like a high point, like a insane bridge or something. Maybe an instrumental breakdown. Okay, we're still going on about the sins on our back. This is very laid back again. Except for the crazy guitar in the back. This album makes me think of this dance move. Like... water seems to be a main theme here. So is this gonna explode in the end, or... okay, we got a nice beat here. I like it. A perfect song just to like vibe to. Just enjoying the sound atmosphere. Now you hear the waves crashing there, and you have the Florida Beach guitar here. Okay, okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. That was the second song called Swim. I feel like we didn't leap that far from the atmosphere of the first song. Because the oceans was still a theme here, and we had the oceanic soundscape in the background. But I think this song is lyrically different. I feel like it's actually a very heavy song, because she's saying that she has sinned as a human being. Things can't get any worse. Night is getting colder. Life feels like it's a curse. Children killing children, while the students, and we have the R word here, they're teachers. So it feels like she is talking not only of her own sins, but the sins of like humankind. We are sinful beings, and she feels agonized over that. But I kind of resonate with that. It's like a feeling of agony over everything, basically. Just with your own actions, you can't change the whole world for the better. Or if I'm on the right tracks about the theme, I find it interesting how she's combined this all with ocean and water. Oh, she's saying wash away all our sin, so maybe the ocean is like something that purifies here. Maybe this song is religious, actually. I don't know, but I did read that during this album, Madonna had some kind of religious awakening. That I think she shifted to a different branch of religion from Christianity. So maybe this is like a spiritual song, and she's kind of reflecting her spiritual journey here, which could also be the case of the next song, which is called Ray of Light. So now it's something coming down from the heaven. So this is it seems to be the title track, and I don't know if I've heard this song, but now we will hear it. So let's go to Ray of Light. Yeah, I've heard this before, but I can't remember it, or I can't remember all of it. But this guitar here is very familiar. Oh! Are we getting our club banger here now? Yeah, I've definitely heard this before. Yeah, I think this is a Madonna classic, actually. I'm imagining someone flying through the universe at the moment. Like a person on a cosmic journey or something. It sounds astronomical. Or like astral. Wow, a lot of noises in my ears. Ooh. Screaming. I like the little sound. I felt like I heard that all over the track there. Wow, that was... I kinda see why this is like a hit song for her. I love the little, you know, all the little background noises there. Like, sometimes they sounded like spaceship sounds, and I could very clearly like connect all these sounds to space somehow, which was also a theme in this song, because she's talking about universes and going quicker than a ray of light. So all the sound effects here and on this album so far, they're very connected to like the lyrics somehow, because before we had oceanic songs and now we have like a astral song somehow. So I like that about this album. Yeah, I could only just picture like someone flying quicker than a ray of light through space or something. And in this song, I think she talked about also another woman, because she was saying that she is flying, and then she said also that I'm flying. So maybe she's talking about someone else and then also herself here. This is lyrically very complex to me, and I don't know really what's the meaning of this song, but I just have to say I enjoyed it instrumentally and everything basically about sonically about this song. So we'll definitely be listening to this one. I like when I get so flabbergasted about like the lyrics and then I don't know what's going on. She's so artistic to me that I don't always understand her messages in her songs sometimes. But that's only a positive thing, because that means that her lyrics have a lot of depth, I would say. Provided that she has written these songs. Let's actually see whether she has written this song. Yeah, she has been one of the writers, but there's been 4 writers alongside her. But nonetheless, I appreciate someone actually at least taking a part in writing their own songs. Because personally, I find it a bit strange that someone, or it's not strange necessarily, but singing about something that has come from someone else's mind and then put as lyrics on the paper, that's not necessarily speaking your own story, it's speaking someone else's story. But of course, I understand that you can also resonate with something someone else has written and therefore like sing someone else's songs or what someone else has written. But I personally really like when an artist contributes to their own songs. And that can be in many ways. It can be in producing or writing or anything of this sort. That makes you an artist, not just a singer. So kudos to you, Madonna. And she's always had a very clear vision of what she wants to do, and I think she also has a hand in planning her own performances and like very creative. Yeah. Let's go on to the next song, Candy Perfume Girl. I have no idea how this has to do with like the theme of the album, but we shall listen to it and judge it later. Let's go on. Okay, we're gonna have this country sounding guitar on many of these tracks. And a good deep bass.
Young velvet porcelain boy, devour me when you're with me.
Can we talk about how like good she sounds on this album? How clearly she enunciates every single line.
Perfume girl, moist, warm, desire.
What's with all the ethereal songs? I feel like this is a hypnosis or something. But they sound good. Whoa. Candy. Perfume girl. Oh, we have a shift of sound here. I didn't expect this part to drop like that. So now it's a boy, so everyone's a Candy Perfume person. The guitar, my god. Woo. All the bells and whistles we have there. That was an experience. Candy Perfume Girl and a Candy Perfume Boy have met each other in this song. I think she has a habit of like starting the song like it sounds like it's a country album or something with all this like Taylor Swift-esque guitar, and then it turns into like an electric guitar mayhem. The soundscape keeps like surprising me all the time when I'm listening to this. I didn't understand anything about the second verse. It says, "Rush me goes to sea, every center my home. Fever steam girl, drop the oceans." Now I think that's something like for our literature class to analyze. I have no idea what this means, but I like the sound of a fever steam girl. Cool line, I would say. Fever steam girl. And then we have a Candy Perfume Girl and a Candy Perfume Boy, but it sounds more like a lust song. So lusting after someone. Maybe this lust isn't so healthy in this song. It's poisonous, so it's like addictive, and it's about like obsessing over someone. I don't know really. You tell me like what the song is about. But it's nice. I think it might be one of my favorites. I felt like I could like close my eyes and just get transported into the song itself and exist inside it for a moment. So there was also a line called "moist, warm desire." Yeah, that actually makes me even think more that this is like a lustry song. I don't have a final verdict here. I just like the song a lot. But who am I to speak about what this is about even? Anyway, I like to be confused by music. Let's go to the next song, which is called Skin. I feel like I heard of a song called Skin by Madonna before, but we'll have to see if I recognize this song.
Me wanting more. Why do all
Doesn't sound familiar
sound like
yet.
the stupid things I've said?
Oh, what? Put your hand on my skin. This sounds like Björk music. At least this part.
Kiss me, I'm dying.
What is this?
Put your hand on my skin.
I feel like I'm actually going insane at this moment.
I need to make a connection. I'm walking on a thin line. I close my eyes.
I feel like doing like a movement like this in this song.
Touch me, I'm trying.
At this point, I'm very glad I have bought this album. Because I just bought it really randomly because I like the cover. So I'm happy I have this physically.
I've got this thing.
So I want to listen to this again. I feel like guitar person is doing their thing again. I fucking love this like soundscape in this one,
Kiss me, I'm dying.
even more than the previous ones.
Put your hand on my skin.
What in the name of God?
Kiss me, I'm dying.
The song is like evolving.
Touch me, I'm trying. Oh, like this all the time.
I think we're back with the spaceship sounds from Ray of Light. Hands on my skin.
Touch me,
I'm hearing some really interesting sounding instrument. It sounds like some kind of flute, like if I play like this. Not a very popularized instrument, but a cool use of it. Wow, how was that 6 minutes? I feel like that was 3 minutes. Maybe I enjoyed it too much. Another great one! Wow, we're on a great streak at the moment. That was very good. Definitely the instrumentals. They were the highlight of this song, and I feel like she kinda melted in together with the instruments here, but that's not a problem in itself. I was just like listening, how will this song evolve? And constantly I heard some new kind of sounds coming into the track as it progressed. It was really great. It was reminding me a bit of like Björk, and how like Björk in her music does the weirdest things with the instruments. Lyrically, feel like it's about being stupid in love or something, because she said that Why do all the things I say sound like the stupid things I've said before? Why do you leave me wanting more? So I feel like it's about someone being irresistible, and then you're kind of like stumbling over your words while you're around that kind of person. But I still don't know, because I feel like I don't know how Madonna's mind works really, so this track can be about something completely different, and I'm happy to be like wrong about what I think these tracks mean. But that's just how I interpreted it. And hopefully we can keep this streak of good songs going. And for sure we are gonna keep, because I know this song. I know Nothing Really Matters. I've listened to it before and I love it. So this is for sure gonna be a banger that we're gonna enjoy. But we're still gonna listen to it and concentrate on it. Also on the lyrical part.
Nothing really mattered to me but making myself happy. I was the only one. Now that
I think I love the lyrics of this song already.
everything's
It resonated with me last time I listened to it even.
because of you.
Here we go.
Nothing really matters. Love is all we need.
I almost wanna like cry for this chorus. It's so good.
Looking at my life, everything I give you all comes
Back to
Nothing takes the past away like
that piano. Din din din.
makes the darkness go. You're shelter from the storm.
So that was Nothing Really Matters. I think it's one of Madonna's classics, and I still think it's like a highlight of this album so far. I just love it. I love like the sudden shift from a slow start to like a club banger, but this is like a sad banger. It's almost like existential, because she's saying that she used to be selfish and nothing really mattered to her until love mattered to her. And then when she found love, then nothing else mattered. I just love the message here, and I love love songs in general. So it might be cliche. I think it's the love here is like mutual, because it said that everything I give you all comes back to me. So it's just like the feeling of when you are in love, then you feel like everything else is secondary. Like love trumps everything else. So I love the message. I love the existential way of thinking here, and love the track as a whole. So it's perfect. I think it's perfect. It will most likely remain my favorite here. So up next we have Sky Fits Heaven, track number 7.
Child fits mother, so hold your baby tight.
Bump the bass. What's happening in the end here? I thought it was gonna turn into like a drum track or something. That sound in the end was a bit not jarring, but it was different. That was Sky Fits Heaven. Definitely another solid track on this album. I feel like I didn't have much to comment on it during the song. It very much reminds me of maybe the first two songs, like sound-wise, and I feel like this song is, again, it sounds a bit religious to me, or at least like spiritual, even judging by the name, Sky Fits Heaven. If she's had some kind of spiritual journey during this time, I can very well see it on the songs on this album. But I think that the song was basically about just like trusting your gut and living your life instinctively, and seeing then how your life will shape up to be. Liberating message, I would say. But I don't think it was as big of a banger as some others on this album, because it didn't. I don't feel the song transformed over the course of it. It stayed pretty much the same. And on some of the verses, it wasn't my favorite storytelling, like lyric-wise, because the verses were like very similar in the sense that she's listed like things that belong together, like sky, heaven, child, mother, fate, karma. It was a bit repetitive, but I do like the message here. It's very fine. This song is very fine. I like it. Not the best on this album, but I like it. So that's already a good sign. When you like a song, but there are better ones, it means that album is like very high quality. But now I want to move on to the track number 8 that has a very strange name. Shanti / Ashtangi, maybe? I don't know how to say that, and I don't know what this means. It's probably not English, at least, so let's see what the song with a curious name will bring us. Oh my. It sounds like Björk again. Maybe Björk was the inspiration for this album somehow, at least sound-wise. It's not English. So, Shanti seems to be the focus of this song. I just don't know who Shanti is. Ooh, this sounds good. It sounds like a Bollywood movie. This definitely has to have some like East Asian influences, maybe. Very culturally influenced. I didn't expect a song in another language on this album. I think this song might have something to do with her spiritualness in this era. I definitely think she didn't find a Christian awakening. I think it had to be something else during this time. Completely different branch of like religion. A nice ending, I feel. I feel like this sounded like there has been some influence from maybe like a Mongolian music or something that is close to that cultural area. Because I could hear something that very much reminded me of like throat singing in the end, like a very deep male voice there. But yeah, lyrically, I have not much to say about this song, except for where was Ashtangi Madonna. I could only hear Shanti in this song, but I didn't see or hear Ashtangi in the lyrics. So don't know what happened to that, but I feel like yeah, her her religious journey definitely doesn't seem to be Christian. I think she has found an awakening in another religion in this time. If this song has like anything to do with it, maybe Buddhism or something. Uh, though I don't know, I might be incorrect here, but I feel like Buddhism could have been an influence on this album. Um, as for example, in Nothing Really Matters, she talks basically how material things aren't primary things in life. So that kind of reminds me of, I think it's in Buddhism that you have to give up every material possession in order to like transcend, maybe. So that's just what I'm getting. I feel like there's some kind of influence from another religion than Christianity. This has to have to do with someone else than the Christian God and like Christian transcend. I don't know. It's tricky. I don't know what happened to her during this period of her life, but she has been thinking about some very existential things during this time. Now we're heading to another highlight. It's time for Frozen, a song I have learned to love after listening to it multiple times. It will be fun to also focus on the lyrics a bit more this time. So let's start with track 9, Frozen. I feel like this song should be covered by a symphonic orchestra. It would be perfect. Maybe there already is a cover like that. I just love the strings in this one. I'm getting shivers. I'm putting the volume up.
You only see what your eyes want to see. How can life be what you want it to be?
When your heart's not open.
Consumed with how much you get. You waste your time with hate and regret. You're broken when your heart's not open.
Oh my god, we're transcending. I love this sound effect. Yeah, I just couldn't even speak during that because I just needed the song to speak for itself. I think it's a symphonic masterpiece. It should be covered by an orchestra if it hasn't already been. I very much get why this is a big hit, and I think it deserves to be one. And I think it might be the best Madonna song. And it's still like experimental, even though it's like a ballad, because I feel like she again experiments with the different sounds. Because we had like that nice do 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 that she sprinkled over this track, and alongside the very heartbreaking story in this song. It seems we're gonna get another hit. I might have heard this one, but I can't recall how this song goes at all. But it's called The Power of Goodbye. A very enjoyable beginning here.
Your heart is not open, so I must go.
Your heart is not open. That sounds like a callback to Frozen.
You were my lesson. You wanna go higher. There's nothing left to try.
Yeah, I've heard this.
There's no
I like this too.
left to hide. There's no greater power than the power of goodbye. No greater power than the power of goodbye.
I can do with two sad songs in a row. Come on, bring the beat in. This fucking orchestra sounding thing is carrying on from Frozen, and I love it. So we have evolved from the guitar to the strings. Amazing. And a horn! I hear a horn! I can't do this Madonna anymore. Tracks 9 and 10 are something that will emotionally kill you. I can't do the two of those songs in a row. Quite long songs too, but they go by so quickly. Yeah, so that was The Power of Goodbye. I had definitely heard this song, but I didn't remember how good this was. It's another highlight of the album. It is very apparent why this is also a hit song. I love how we have gone to this orchestral style of sounds in the latter part of this album. So things are definitely not one-dimensional here. We are shifting the sounds and the instruments. I would listen to if I had a breakup. I would listen to this to cry. Luckily, I am not in this point in my life at the moment. So. Whew. Let's go to track 11. We're nearing the end. We have 3 tracks that I have never heard, so definitely new ones. So To Have and Not to Hold.
To have and not to hold, so hard yet so cold. My heart is in your hand, and yet you never stand close enough for me to have my way. The eye
foreign languages again. This is way too melancholic. I can't with this. 3 songs in a row that are like this. Another sad ballad. I feel like I've never heard anything so reflective by Madonna before. Like I feel like she has truly like done her adulting on this album, and she's like reflecting on her past life, and both spiritually and also just through her own emotions. Like I feel like she's met some really emotionally cold people who have taken her for granted, and she's been clinging to these people, but they have not been responsive to her love. This very much reminds me of Frozen lyrically. Very sad, but very mature. She's not blaming anyone. She's just like being an adult about it, and like saying that this is how things went. Not a very ideal situation to be in a situationship like this. Yeah, maybe we'll get something that doesn't have to do with a failed love this time, because my heart can't take this anymore. The next one is called Little Star. It's the 12th track, the second to last one. Is this gonna be a fast-paced track? This sounds like Pink Pantheress a bit. Very similar.
Made of flesh and bones. How to dream, butterfly. Never forget where you come from love. Never forget how to dream, butterfly. May the angels protect you and sadness forget you, little star. Shining brighter than all the stars in the sky.
The soundscape is like we're in space again.
Never forget where you come from love.
Yeah, that was nice. That was so very obviously about a loved one. Could be a lover, could be a child. I don't know if Madonna has children. I think she might have. Maybe it's about a child, or maybe it's just about someone else. But nonetheless, after some big bangers like Frozen, to Power of Goodbye, and To Have and Not to Hold, I feel like this one gets lost under these huge giant songs, and this is just like a sweet track. So it's not the most memorable, I would say, but there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, I feel like this fits to the album, and I think it has its place on this album. I feel like the previous songs have left a bigger influence on me, but we like Little Star. We like it. We have nothing bad to say about it. Now we're heading off to the last one, Mer Girl, and this is also the last one on the physical copy, so this is basically the same as listening to this one, just on a different device. I don't know what a mer is, Maybe we will find out. Madonna, you should answer the phone.
that cannot contain me from the man that I cannot keep, from my mother who haunts me even though she's gone. Ran from the noise and the silence, from the traffic on the street. I ran to the treetops, I ran to the sky, up to the lake, into the rain. I ran to the forest, I ran to the trees, I ran and I ran, I was looking for me.
I feel like this definitely sounds like a closer track. Mellowing down a bit. I mean, you wouldn't put the biggest bangers to the end, so.
Ran to the lake, up into the hills. I ran and I ran. I'm looking.
Someone has died in this story. I just realized.
I saw the crumbling tombstones. The black sky opened up, blinding me.
Alright, sounds like she's not alive anymore. Or the character in this story.
Ran to the
Or I don't know, she's running again.
and I smelled her burning flesh,
What?
her rotting bones, her decay.
Alright, that's pretty gruesome.
I ran and I ran. I'm still running away.
Well, what an ending. That was quite a grim story for the last track. Sonically, it was very much sounding like it's the end track of the album. Sonically, it wasn't grand at all. It was like very, very laid back. Lyrically, it's quite gruesome indeed. We were talking about rotting bones, burning flesh. I don't know. There was a mother who was haunting the narrator here. So maybe it's about the mother who has passed away here. But for one point, I also thought that the protagonist passed away, because it said that ants marched across my back, black sky opened up. To me, that sounds like death. I don't know. I have no idea what's happening here. I feel like storytellingly, this is one of the best tracks. Sonically, it's just alright, I feel. It's not something to listen to repeatedly, in my opinion. But I liked it. I just have to figure out or read more about this and figure out who has died. Maybe Madonna's mom has died, and this is about that, or some kind of relative has passed away. But it sounds like in the end, this protagonist here didn't get any peace, and what was left was their loved ones burning flesh and rotting bones, and I'm still running away. Not the peaceful ending we were perhaps expecting, but a very brave choice for a last track, and a very graphic one for the end here. But it was fine. So overall, I feel like Ray of Light was a very good album. I feel like it's something that is meant to be listened to as a body of work. I feel like some songs are not something that, at least in a popular music, people would listen to repeatedly, but when they're in the context of this work, they fit in seamlessly. Like, I don't see myself listening to Mer Girl or maybe Shanti on my own, but here I feel like they do fit in, And I feel like as a whole this album is cohesive and every song kind of sounds instrumentally similar, but they're distinctive enough in other ways. But I think this is the most mature body of work from Madonna I've listened to. It's so reflective, and I feel like it's very much about her personal life, and some kind of religious awakening has been happening here, which I did read about, but I'm not sure of the details of it. I don't know if it was Buddhism or what kind of religion she has found herself in, but something has to be going on here. There were spiritual themes in this album a lot. I will be listening to many of these songs, and I am very proud to own this now, because I will also be listening to this physically. And if I have to say my favorites for now, I feel like all of them can become my ultimate favorite Madonna songs, or like very high up there. But I feel like for now, I enjoyed most Drowned World, Substitute for Love, Ray of Light, Candy Perfume Girl, Skin, Nothing Really Matters, Frozen, The Power of Goodbye, To Have and Not to Hold. This is the trio that will break your heart. But they were very powerful songs. So, a lot of very good songs. But each one was good, but some were still better than the others. So I just wanted to let you know my favorites if you were wondering about that. So, could be fun to listen to Madonna again. I have already listened to her first album, and then I think I've listened to Like a Virgin. But I haven't listened to them again, so I don't remember them that well. I just know the hits. I feel like there's a lot to explore in her discography, but also it would be fun to listen to other artists. If you want, you can also recommend some albums for me. I am an avid music listener, but there are plenty of stuff I haven't most definitely heard. So there's a lot to react to. But I think this was the perfect first reaction. This was really fun, and there was a lot to discuss of these songs, because they were very lyrically very, I feel, multi-layered. Thanks for watching. This was really fun to film. I hope you also like watching this. I'll see you in another reaction, hopefully. Bye bye.